The best of money matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. Now, what started as a stint in Singapore during the pandemic has evolved into something much more audacious. Now, the co-founding of EON Protocol, a decentralized infrastructure company building the connective layer between data and intelligent agents. The goal, to give SMEs across Asia access to secure privacy-first AI without handing over their data to big tech. Alex's backstory doesn't read like a typical founder origin tale. She didn't come from product or engineering. Her background was in finance, telco, and cybersecurity, industries obsessed with risk and regulation. So joining us today to share more is Alex Szomora, who is the co-founder of EON Protocol. Hi, Alex. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Hongbin. Thank you for inviting me. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. Well, Alex, your background is in finance, telco, and cybersecurity, industries that are often focused on risk management and regulations. How did your experiences in these sectors influence your approach to building EON Protocol?
That background gave me a strong sense of how power dynamics work in infrastructure. Talking about financial systems or telcos or cybersecurity, these are foundational layers and they are silent but deeply influential. And what I learned is that the control over infrastructure often also means control over access, behavior, even outcomes. So with EON Protocol, what we wanted to do is to flip that script. Instead of centralized systems dictating, we are building decentralized tools that empower the SMEs to own their data and shape how AI works for them, not the other way around.
Okay, so EON Protocol aims to create a secure, privacy-first AI infrastructure for SMEs here in Asia. What do you believe are the biggest challenges, small businesses face when adopting AI, and how does EON Protocol help solve them?
SMEs are often excluded from the AI revolution, not just due to lack of ambition, not at all, but because they lack the tools and the trust models. Off-the-shelf AI solutions from the big tech companies often don't work and also come with strings attached. So your data, your behavior, your customer insights often get absorbed. It becomes a product. It becomes someone else's learning model. With EON, what we build is that an AI that runs locally or with encrypted computation, so it's safe and secure, and through explainable agents and modular pipelines. So what it means is that SMEs can use AI confidently, knowing their data stays with them.
Okay, so the phrase agent-native infrastructure has become central to EON Protocol's approach. Can you share why it's so important for the future of AI development?
We are entering an era where AI won't just be software, it will be interactive, persistent agents that can reason, collaborate, and learn in real time. It's a really exciting time. But current infrastructure isn't built for that. It's too centralized, it's too opaque, it's too monolithic. So agent native means giving these new intelligent systems the right scaffolding. So interoperable APIs, identity layers, data marketplaces, so they can act autonomously but safely at the same time. And we are laying the groundwork for that future.
Okay. I mean, as someone deeply involved in AI and decentralization, Alex, you've highlighted the risks associated with handing over data to big tech. Can you share more about your vision for a world where SMEs have more control over their data?
It's about restoring digital agency. It's about data that shouldn't be extracted as a tool to access innovation. Instead, SMEs should be able to define their own terms. Who saves their data, under what conditions, and with what outcomes. So with tools like our data concierge, we're enabling businesses to become data sovereigns themselves. In this model, your data doesn't leave your perimeter without clear rules, and AI can still be trained or customized using the encrypted or federated methods.
Okay, so what role does trust then play in AI adoption, and why do you think it's such a critical factor for small businesses in Southeast Asia looking to implement AI tools?
Trust is everything, not just culturally. In Southeast Asia, many SMEs have experienced digital transformation and as something that was done to them and not with them. And they're wary of lock-ins, unclear pricing, and black box solutions. So what EON is putting there is transparency and auditability at the core. Because if you can't explain what your AI does or why, then people won't adopt it. And of course, trust also comes from the local context, languages, regulations, values. So a highly customized, localized solution that is tailored to Southeast Asia is I think, going to be well received.
Definitely. Well, Alex, EON Protocol focuses heavily on ensuring AI agents are modular, explainable, and auditable. Why are these characteristics important, and how do they align with your broader goal of building responsible AI systems?
Yes, these are not just buzzwords, they are requirements. So modularity lets SMEs plug in what they need and not adopt some bloated monolith. Explainability ensures they understand how decisions are made, which is crucial for sectors like finance and healthcare. And auditability means that regulators and clients confidence that AI isn't making arbitrary or biased calls. Together, these make AI not just smart, but responsible and usable by more than just the tech elites.
Well, you've also mentioned how AI shouldn't flatten the world into sameness, but rather reflect real context and community. Can you explain how EON Protocol incorporates this idea into its design?
Design community and plurality in mind. So every business, every culture has its nuances. A marketing agent in Vietnam, in e-commerce brand, shouldn't behave the same way as one trained in American datasets. Our agents can be localized, language-wise, ethically, operationally, and we enable communities to build and own their own agents using local data governed through their local rules. We want AI to amplify diversity, not erase it.
Speaking of diversify here, given the gender dynamics in the tech and AI space, Alex, what has your experience been as a female founder in Web3 and AI?
It's been both motivating and isolating sometimes, I have to say. These spaces are often skewed heavily male, especially in infrastructure, protocol layers. But I've also met incredible women pushing the boundaries in AI, ethics, blockchain, policy, and just generally in tech. And I've tried to pay it forward myself. So it can be through mentoring, investing into specific startups that are also representing some kind of inclusivity, and just being visible. I think it's important so that you can show example, you show it's possible. It matters to have different perspectives as well at the table. It is actually really beneficial, especially when you're designing the future.
Very, very inspiring. Well, Alex, EON Protocol's growing ecosystem includes tools like Data Concierge, IP Proxy, and Gladiator School. Could you walk us through how these tools work and how they contribute to the broader AI landscape for SMEs?
Yes, they are all part of a bigger puzzle. So Data Concierge is your AI-powered data agent. It negotiates, transforms, and then safeguards data exchanges so that SMEs don't need to become data engineers overnight. IP Proxy helps companies share insights without revealing the raw data. Think of it like a privacy-preserving translator between internal IP and external queries. And then Gladiator School is our developer accelerator. So it trains agents and agent builders to perform in a competitive, transparent environment so we can test and evolve AI in the open. Each of these tools contribute to the AI stack in a more ethical and resilient way.
Interesting. So how do you foresee Southeast Asia as a proving ground for ethical, privacy-first AI adoption, and why is this region so important for your vision?
I would say diversity, agility, and digital leapfrogging. So you have millions of SMEs, each with unique needs and cultural context. You have governments experimenting with digital ID, governance, and fintech. And you have the communities that went from mobile first, so they're already comfortable skipping legacy systems. And this creates a perfect storm for building new paradigms and just retrofitting old ones.
So what does decentralized infrastructure really mean for businesses and consumers, and how do you balance the challenges of decentralization at EON Protocol?
Decentralization means that you're moving away from dependence and moving into empowerment. In practice, it means that it's not just about removing the intermediaries. It's about giving users more control over computation, identity, and the data flow. So at EON Protocol, we use decentralization to distribute trust. Instead of one entity making all the calls, we design systems where logic, consent, and access are the ones that are providing transparency and verifiability.
So looking ahead, Alex, what do you think the future of AI in Southeast Asia will look like, and how do you see EON Protocol contributing to that future?
The future here will be hybrid, so open source meets policy, because policies are really important. Local knowledge meets global standards, and AI agents meet human oversight. So I see Southeast Asia becoming a hub for applied ethical AI, where small businesses build tailored, explainable agents that reflect their reality. So EON Protocol's role is to make that possible by giving them the infrastructure to build, test, and trust AI on their own terms.
It was a pleasure speaking to you today. Thank you so much, Alex, for joining me today.
Thank you very much. The pleasure was mine.
Thank you. That was Alex Szomora, who is the co-founder of EON Protocol. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.